Welcome to a captivating journey back in time. In this video, you're going to see some of the most peculiar prototypes to the most outlandish contraptions. These extraordinary vehicles and gadgets will leave you astounded, questioning how such eccentric inventions were even conceived. We'll visit the hidden corners of the Soviet innovation, unveiling the craziest machines that defy all expectations and challenge your understanding of what could be possible. Here are the 6 craziest Soviet machines you won't believe exist. Number 6. 1K17 Szhatie. Work on this device commenced in the 1970s and continued into the 1980s. In typical governmental fashion, the Soviet Union endeavored to keep the project under wraps. Nevertheless, the Pentagon managed to acquire schematics through individuals who foresaw the regime's downfall and chose to defect. Ironically, the longevity of regimes driven by grandiose ambitions, a fondness for vodka, the pursuit of creating mechanized canine warriors, and a preference for the color red is often limited. Consequently, the project was discontinued following the dissolution of the Soviet Union, deemed prohibitively costly and superfluous in terms of development and production of the laser projection system. During its active phase, 2 prototypes were tested. One was dismantled, while the other now resides in Russia's Army Technology Museum as an exhibit. Number 5. Meet the 2B1 Oka, the Soviet Union's giant atomic mobile mortar. For decades, the United States and Russia, in whatever form they have existed, have been constantly competing with each other when it comes to technology in order to see whose proverbial gun barrel is bigger than the others. This was never more clear than in the world of astronautics and atomic warfare. Back in a time when the good old USA was creating the atomic bomb, every other world power was in a race to come up with something of their own, and so the 2B1 Oka was born. The self-propelled atomic artillery unit was ready as an experimental model in 1957, featuring a 20-meter barrel which allowed it to fire big rounds. However, the complexity of the unit made it hard to reload quickly, and the recoil damaged every version. The length of this big, girthy beast also made it difficult to transport, and overall, it just became a financial liability, and so it would be abandoned in 1960. Number 4. Collie Project is a classified fighting robot dog. Canines have long been revered as humanity's closest companions, frequently displaying loyalty and obedience. With appropriate training, they can fulfill roles in protection, defense, and aggression. Breeds such as the German Shepherd, Rottweiler, and Doberman Pinscher are commonly employed in law enforcement, military, and security roles. Thus, it's logical that the Russian military sought to exploit this relationship while incorporating technological advancements. However, rather than opting for a breed with an intimidating presence, they chose a border collie, reminiscent of the iconic 1950s lassie, perceived by them as highly intelligent. This led to experiments aimed at transforming border collies into mechanized warriors for battlefield applications. The initiatives ranged from designing concepts that would captivate any fan of Japanese mech robots to conducting extraordinary surgeries, such as grafting the collie's head onto another dog's body, which, astonishingly, survived longer than anticipated under such conditions. Ultimately, the project was terminated and its details were classified. While it existed, however, it represented an unsettling venture into the manipulation of canines that arguably should never have been pursued. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell right now. Now it's time for the clever topic. If you want to see one of the craziest Soviet machines you won't believe exist, then this sweet topic is for you. In an era of the Soviet Union, a revolutionary ship would surface, pushing all the limits of maritime technology. The remarkable vessel possessed an extraordinary capability, allowing it to transition seamlessly from sea to land in an astonishing display of engineering prowess. As it approached the shoreline, the wheels which were inside of the hull could effortlessly deploy, making it easy for it to get onto the beach. Spectators gathered, captivated by its unprecedented sight. The Soviet ship's ability to swiftly navigate both aquatic and terrestrial realms would leave everyone astounded, marking a significant milestone in maritime innovation. As always, let me know what you think of this in the comments down below using the hashtag #CleverTopic. Number 3. Zveno Project. A big part of a military's strength comes in the form of air combat. And over the years, the Soviet Union and later Russia have been in a constant battle of one-upmanship with their enemies, both obvious and perceived. The Zveno Project would be conceived in the 1930s as a parasite aircraft that consisted of a tuple of TB-1 or TB-3 heavy bomber that was also flanked by 2 to 5 fighters. One of these motherships could come heavily equipped with a couple of 550-pound bombs, and successful runs of this attack system were implemented in the German-Soviet War. In all, there were approximately 10 variations of this heavy bomber over the years that saw service in combat, but much like everything else in the Soviet Union and beyond, technology just moved too fast for the efforts that were being put forth, and the final versions of the warships became obsolete and vulnerable and had to be decommissioned. Number 2. Antonov A-40. Military forces worldwide constantly seek innovative strategies to deploy their formidable and destructive machinery into combat zones efficiently. In this quest, the Soviets diverged from the common practice of transporting heavy artillery via light aircraft, choosing instead to attach their tanks to the underside of massive bombers, aiming for a greater impact. A significant hurdle in airdropping such vehicles was the separate insertion of crews, delaying immediate operational readiness. The introduction of gliders presented a solution, enabling crews to land alongside their vehicles, ready for immediate action. The Soviets embarked on creating advanced gliders capable of seamlessly integrating tanks into the battlefield. Despite these efforts, the favored T-60 tanks proved too large and cumbersome, leading to complications with aircraft struggling to tow the gliders. This led to the eventual discontinuation of the project. Number 1. K-84 Russian submarine. Russia has a penchant for creating remarkably ambitious projects, especially in the context of its military preparedness amidst global conflicts. This readiness extends across all domains, including the seas, which are vital for strategic maneuvers and potent missile launches. Enter the K-84, a Russian submarine of the Delta IV class, conceived during the tense moments of the Cold War, a period marked by strained relations between the USSR and the United States. This submarine, designed as a ballistic missile carrier, was Russia's answer to the escalating threat of nuclear confrontation, underlining the belief that dominance in nuclear capabilities would be decisive both above and beneath the waves. The development and operational testing of this submarine proceeded at a notably slow pace, continuing even after the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War, surviving through an era characterized by significant cultural shifts, including the rise of boy bands. However, in December 2011, while undergoing repairs in dry dock, a welding accident ignited scaffolding, leading to a significant fire that inflicted extensive damage to the submarine. The incident was so severe that repairs were estimated to take 4 years, with the cost of addressing the fire damage reaching $1 million rubles. The event sparked intense discussions on whether the submarine was armed with nuclear weapons at the time of the fire, raising concerns about the potential for a catastrophic nuclear disaster, reminiscent of the Chernobyl incident, had the situation escalated. Which of these astonishing inventions captivated you the most? Did I overlook any remarkable machines? I'm eager to hear your opinions, so please share them in the comments below. Don't forget to explore the other fascinating content appearing on your screen. Until our next encounter, take care. Much love to you all.